Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw. Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Brews. I am your host, Commander Claw. And guess what? This series is all about bringing you at least 5 cards to help you brew a commander. And I think this commander is an unpopular commander and won't be built often. But if you are watching this video, you're inquisitive. Something you may like. I don't even know how to pronunciate this commander's name. I should have. I should have looked it up. But Hraesvelgr of the First Brew. We're going to call him HFB. I'm not even going to keep saying it. HFB is his name. For form blue, it is a Elder Dragon. Super cool commander. It's a Voltron commander, and it's unblockable. Let's get into reading the commander's abilities, and I'm here to share cards that you can use to build and brew your deck. And I actually think it's a pretty powerful Voltron commander, just because it's mono blue, so you have the option of counter spells and keeping it on the battlefield. But guess what? You're going to be limited on those counter spells, because this commander does have an awesome keyword ability. This Elder Dragon, legendary Elder Dragon, has a 5/5 body. He's a flyer. He's got vigilance. And guess what? Ward 2. So that means if an opponent, plans on targeting it or an ability of theirs, they have to pay at least 2 mana, otherwise it's countered. Automatically evasive creature. That's tough to deal with. It has the ability of Shiva's Aid. When HFB enters and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. What are we trying to do here? We want this commander on the battlefield, equip it with artifacted creature equipments, and guess what? We're giving it +X, +10, and it flies. It has vigilance. That means it doesn't have to tap to attack. So that means it stays defensive. And it has War 2. So honestly, the only way, in my mind, your opponents have to get rid of this is through a board wipe or an edict spell where it makes you sacrifice a creature. And guess what? Since you have blue, you have counter spells, and you know those removal types are very limited in your opponent's hands. Otherwise, hey, this card is pretty nasty for those big creatures that you want to swing in and deal damage. You can give them unblockable just by casting a non-creature spell. And also, it doesn't say your creature. It says target creature. So you can use it on your opponent's creatures and be a little political. Telling you, do not sleep on this commander. Let's get into those cards. The Mind Skinner for 3 blue, which is going to be easy to cast in this mono blue deck. It is a 10/1 legendary enchantment creature nightmare. This Mind Skinner can't be blocked. Oh, so I guess it's already unblockable, so there's no need to give it unblockable. But anyway, you can give it +1/+0, and this is a Voltron deck anyway, so this is just another option as a big powerful creature to destroy your opponents. Anyway, it says if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. 10 cards is a lot, and if it's equipped with all these crazy equipments that I plan on showing you, they could be milling 20, 40 cards. Let's talk about them. Oh, before we talk about it, let's talk about the Dark Depths. Legendary Snowland enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters. Tap 3 mana to remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. And when Dark Depths has no ice counters on it, sacrifice it. If you do, create Merit Lage, a legendary 20/20 black avatar creature token with flying and vigilance. With flying and indestructible. Yeah, if hell, all you need to do is give this unblockable, because I guarantee you an opponent will have a Baleful Strix, which is a 1/1 flyer with Death Touch, which is pretty sneaky powerful. But if you give Dark Depths unblockable, that doesn't matter. Hey, so let's start talking about these equipments. Thrawn Power Suit right here in the middle for 2 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it, and it has Ward 2. Then it says Equip 2. Just to let you know, the Ward 2 stacks. So if you have 2 instances of Ward 2, your opponents have to pay the Ward 2 that many times to get the spell or ability to target your commander HFB. Just letting you know. All right, next up we got the Loxodon Warhammer for 3 mana. Artifact equipment. Equip creature gets +3/+0 and trample and lifelink. Equip 3. Imagine that on HFB. He would be a 8/5 with trample, lifelink, vigilance, flying, and war 2. Oof. Oh my god. Then every time you play a non-creature spell, you give a creature +1/+0. Come on, man. Remember, you can play artifacts that cost 0 mana and will trigger this ability. Well, let's talk about some dragon synergy here. Rolling Dragonstorm from the Tarkir Dragonstorm set for 1 and a blue is an enchantment. When this enchantment enters, draw 2 cards, discard a card. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Easy card draw gives you enchantment synergy. Also, it would trigger the non-creature spell on whatchamacallit, on HFB, because it would go back into your hand and you can cast it again. Just saying. I really like this card for flying creatures. I put it in a lot of my videos when I do a commander with flying and it has blue. Let me talk about Gust of Wind. For 3 and a blue, it's a sorcery. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a creature with flying. It says return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Draw a card. So this essentially costs, if HFB is on the battlefield, costs 2 mana, bounce a non-land permanent opponent controls, and draw a card. All for 2 mana. Great value. Moving on to the summary. Hey, HFB, I think is a really good Voltron commander. It's going to be an unpopular commander, but it can do work in mono blue. I think it's also quite different, quite unique, because mono blue is not really known for Voltron or equipments for creatures. So, if you want to change it up and actually play something that deals damage and is actually a beater, I think this commander's for you. It has a lot of keywords that keep it on the battlefield. Flying, vigilance, and war 2. Then it gives +1/+0 and unblockable to target creature. Yeah. Thank y'all for watching this video. Comment below if there's any other cards you suggest.